good morning. I'm sorry, afternoon, whatever. I'm going to be very precise when I slice and dice in this update because I'm going to be slicing and dicing the cold runs, I'm sorry, the warm runs out of this update because yesterday we looked at all the runs and even the warm runs, but today we're just going to hone in and focus on the cold runs. So this is really a video that's going to emphasize the really strong 75+% potential of having a very brutally cold and snowy winter 2027. So let's take a look. Have some coffee. It's my fuel for this update. This gets me a little bit amped in the spirit of this update weather. So, all right. So we're gonna take a look at our December through February, just 2 meter air temperature anomalies. So we have this. It's very cold. We have a negative EPO, negative NAO. It's, again, bottom line, it's just very cold throughout much of the country. Okay, so we have that model. We're going to look at some other models that are also cold. And with that being said, we're going to go to our handy dandy Canadian model, which has been very cold throughout this season of summer and even spring, forecasting our winter. We're going to take a look at our winter temperatures, and here's December, January, and February. Let's go even before that, though. November, December, and January. So again, we're getting pre-winter, before winter starts, and I like those months. Those are special to me, nostalgic. I like fall, late fall into early winter. I like waking up at 5 a.m. in a fall day, say October, or what have you, September, even early November, and you're just like, it's still dark out, but you go outside. We have a hot tub. Sometimes I'll go in my hot tub. And in the tub, I'm like, yeah, this feels like winter, all right. And it's just that transition from fall into winter is pretty cool for me, I think. So here's December, January, and February. And then here's January, February, and March. So overall, we see the Canadians predicting cold, as the Jamstack is. We're also going to take a look at our third cold model, which I'm going to go straight into Weatherbell since I pay for this man's site. Joe Bastardi, shout out to you if you hear this. Okay, I believe this might have it in it. So, all right, here we go. Here's the CFS V2 latest seasonal temperature anomalies, January, February, and March. Again, a lot of cold. As I take my second or third sip of coffee, whatever. But yeah, I mean, we have a lot of cold. So if you can look at the models back to back, they're definitely pinpointing a lot of cold in the USA. And I'm not even just going to call this a Southeast USA cold winter, even though that's what the models are showing. To me, and I'm sensing a cold winter nationwide, coast to coast, north to south. That's my view. And now, of course, there's areas like Miami that you're not going to get any of this. Unfortunately, or if you go to, you know what I mean, if you're not in the climate for any snow at all, ever, typically, climatically speaking, you're not going to see anything of much of all out of this. But so yeah, I gave you for those who are new to this channel, please do me a favor, like, share, subscribe, but especially subscribe if you're new, obviously. Now if you aren't, then like and share. But again, just to briefly overview, the Jamstack is cold, very good model. And then we have our CFS V2, another major seasonal model cold. And then we have our other model we looked at, which was the Canadian cold. So the stars are aligning for a very cold winter. And I'm going to cut it short of that in terms of the modeling update, but I'm going to briefly talk about this for a little bit after I get my fourth cup of fuel, my coffee fuel, as he call it at least. So, okay. I'm at 4 minutes, so I have plenty of time. Basically, what I want to say is that I have a lot to say. Do you want to hear it all? I'm just kidding. Regardless, it's going to be a cold winter. So now we just got to prepare and get our nostalgic senses up. You know what I mean? If you love weather, you want to be. Everyone who likes winter is nostalgic for those cold winters that you experienced as a child or whatever. I am, at least, and I think I can relate to much people on that. So bottom line is, it looks like a cold winter. I'm not going to sugarcoat it and say, well, no, it doesn't look like it, because it does. I'm not going to say, well, like some other people may do on YouTube or wherever you watch it, whether it might change and be a warm winter, because that's not true at all. And, you know, that's what separates me from others on YouTube or anywhere in general, because I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm going to tell you the truth of what I believe, even if it hurts, even if it might come out cutting all the lies off of it. You know, I'm not going to sugarcoat this channel. So, bottom line, you know, it looks like a cold winter. So let's take a sigh of relief. Okay. My mom tells me to do that all the time. I tell her, no, Mom, I don't like that. I don't like taking deep breaths when people tell me to. So bottom line is that we looked at the models. We've been looking at the models. Now I'm going to tell you, I think it's going to be a cold winter. I had a friend, when I got into weather, God bless his soul, if he's still alive or dead, I don't know, because I don't talk to him anymore. He told me some of the most important advice that I still carry in my heart today, and I still hold as truly dear to me as I did when he first told me. Then it's like a first love story. He said that he said actually more important than the modeling and all the forecasting and analytics is what your heart tells you, your gut and your intuition. And that's true for any weather forecaster. That's true. Now, of course, you'll have people that say, well, you're just being emotional. Well, no, I'm not. I'm speaking from experience from this. But if you want to argue with that, I gave you the models. And I got someone calling me, and I don't really want to answer. Yeah, I'm not too busy with this update. So if you hear that ringing, just kind of put it in the background. So I wish I could turn it off, but I don't think I can. Okay, so anyways, you know, people can give you all these models and analytics to the heavens above, but until they authentically and intuitively speak of their forecast like I do, just saying, pridefully,